Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching the truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, hey, shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. Yeah, I was going, hey, here we go. I was going about my day, and of course, the brothers Jersey Saints popped on, shalom to them brothers, right? May Yahweh Bashim Shai Barakatah unto them Akim, right? Doing the work in truth and sincerity. But yeah, I was listening to these brothers. This brother popped on. I was like, oh shit. So I hit it. And yeah, and this is it's that major man. Like we're getting, closer to the time of the coming of our Lord, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, real name Yahweh Shai, right? So we're coming to that time real quick, fastly approaching.
What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Sunday, November 17th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 1400 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in this afternoon. So in case you weren't following the live stream last night, Russia launched the largest missile attack on Ukraine of the war. They had 23 bombers airborne.
This happened last night. Russia stepped it up. As he's going to explain, the largest attack since the war started. They've been going on 2.5 years now, and maybe 3. Might be off by a few months. But they launched the biggest attack last night while that John's the Bone Jones fight was going on. They was launching the biggest attack on Ukraine last night. So this thing is heating up.
31 Ks, 4 warships in the Black Sea, and then on top of that, they were launching drones and Iskander ballistic missiles. Now, officially, Ukraine is saying that Russia launched like 140, or actually 120 missiles, and that their air defense took down 140 air targets. I think the real number is much higher. I think Ukraine is downplaying the missile attacks for various reasons now. But 23 bombers airborne last night, guys. That is absolutely insane. 8 MiG-31Ks, which launched the Kinzhal hypersonic missile, and then 4 warships in the Black Sea. And it looks like Russia was targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure. But the major breaking news in addition to that is that Biden is now allowing Ukraine to strike Russia with long-range missiles. This is being reported by the New York Times. You can see the headline right here, posted today. Says, with 2 months left in office, the president, for the first time, authorized the Ukrainian military to use the system known as ATACMS to help defend its forces in the Kursk region of Russia. So this is absolutely insane, guys. ATACMS have a range of, I think, 200 miles. So Ukraine is now going to be able to strike 200 miles into Russia with these missiles, okay, on the HIMARS launchers. They can load 1 ATACMS on every HIMARS launcher. This is very, very serious, guys. We are literally allowing Ukraine to use our missiles to strike Russian territory and
so Babylon is in. So this whole
so there you go. So the brothers, bringing it out. So we're getting closer and closer to, that time, right? So it's time for war, right? Yes, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, right? Seasons come, seasons go, right? You got so-called four seasons within, just nature, right? Father nature, right? Right. It's not actually Mother Nature. It's Father Nature. It said to every plant and his seed, right? And seed, and the male carries the seed, man, right? So it wouldn't be Mother Nature, it's Father Nature. Not to mention, hey, Yahweh gave it unto his son to create everything, you know. So, but just keep going. This is to everything there is a season and a time that every purpose, see, under the sun, under the heavens, under the heavens, right? And the heavens is earth right now, right? Right? You got the sky, heaven, you got, you know, outer space, then you got the fourth dimension where Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai is at, it's the heavens, but then this earth is, it's plenty, it was meant to be, I done, right? Which is paradise, right? Heaven, right? But Esau turned it into hell. So when you have that, you get the so-called the knowledge of good and evil, the so-called yin and the yang. You that's what you're gonna get in life. You're gonna get a time to be born and a time to die. See, and then before Adam lived, what it was not meant for him to die, right? But he just like the Lord said, that if you take of this fruit, that you in that day you surely will die, right? And if you look at 1,000 years is a day to the most high, and Adam lived almost close to 1,000 years, give or take. So you might as well say he lived a day, and that day he died, right? And now, with the times took it shorter because men never took account. So the Lord that a man in his strength may make it to 120 years, but the average you're only going to live about between 70 and 80 years, right? And being Jake under the under the thumb of Esau, most of you only live until about 50, 60, maybe if you're lucky, right? Because of the conditions, the oppression, right? Because we were meant to live forever, man, right? Under the thumb of Esau, Edom, our arch nemesis, you know what I mean? Right from the womb, and a time to plant, right? Time to, put things, crops, everything, just what the Lord said, man. They have this agriculture and they had this thing, but the Lord said, what? And a time to pluck up. See, now it's that time where even the scripture says that what? You're gonna instead of using your money, your resources on agriculture, on which is the the Lord said you're gonna take your pruning hooks, right, and turn them into to spears, right? You're gonna turn these agriculture things into weapons, right? You're gonna put your money towards defense, right? War, right? And to pluck up that which is planted, right? And America has been planted. Hey, speaking of implant, right? A plant. That's America. It's all fictitious, man. Smoke and mirrors, man. And it's a time that the lies must be plucked up out of this place, man. Right? It says a time to kill, right? And this is the time that we're living in. We're living in a time to kill, man. Right? The Lord said, said, the love of many shall wax cold. So we're in that time where the love of many is waxing cold, and a time to heal, right? Healing the nation, which starting with the elect. The Lord is healing the elect, man. And a time to break down, right? This place, Babylon the Great, is breaking down on a day-to-day basis, man. Starting with the moral decay, right along with the wisdom of this society, starting with the wisdom of Teman, but on to the rest of you Edomites, man. You're not controlling your system and ruling it a right, not that you did in the first place, right? You know, because even like I just watched the video the other day, Apostle Hart was going into, which I've seen that information before. I just never done a video on that, but I've seen that before about the guy who was actually the true first black president, and he was showing how Apostle Hart was going to. Hey, what made America great was Jake. There was 7 to maybe 8 presidents, and most of them were Jakes, right? Most of them were so-called black men, what you would say, right? And that's ultimately what made America great, man. There was a lot of great ideas, right? John Hancock was really actually a Jake, right? You know, so the great ideas sprung from of course, great people, great men, right? So it says, and a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. And right now, the only thing that's being built up is the elect, man. At this point in time, right? This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 26. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand, right, which is Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, right, to judge this earth, right, this place, the sins that are done in the land, and then that the elect is scattered around the earth, right? He's coming to get his elect back, and the bulk of the place where the bulk of the salvation must take place is here in Babylon the Great, which is going to have the greatest destruction, right? So he has purposed it upon the whole earth, that this is the hand that is stretched out upon all nations, man. So the Lord's going to judge all these nations, man, right? Because this is not the time to be happy-go-lucky, so to speak. Besides, I mean, unless you're the elect, I mean, it's a happy time, but at the same time, it's still very serious, man. Still very serious. It's joyous in a way. It should be joyous in a way of like you have a loved one that passed away, but now that you understand the scriptures, you know that there's no such thing as hell. You know they're with the Father. They know that they're Israelites, man. It's sad, but it's good. It's needed, right? So that's this place, man. It's sad, but it's needed. It needs to be cleansed. So this is the hand, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. For Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai of hosts, has purposed, and who shall disannul it, man? So who's gonna put it aside? Oh no, hey, Donald Trump, there ain't gonna be no World War III. I'm gonna do this and that. But then as soon as you get up there, I'm going to be a great friend to Israel. I'm gonna be the greatest friend Israel ever had. Yeah, well, the least of the flock shall draw you into the battle, man. Which that's what we need. We need you to be the greatest friend ever, man. Right? Which you're all related anyway, right? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back, man? Hey, it's time for judgment, man. Ain't no turning it back now.
Told talk, and you remember about 3 years ago, when did the war start? Was it the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023? It slipped me. But Biden made a statement. They asked whether they're going to send in U.S. troops to help Ukraine defend against Russia. And Biden came on camera and said that will be clearly World War III. So what is happening now? Now we two years plus in, and now we see America, not just American troops on the ground, like he said they wouldn't do. Now we see them using these long-range missiles, which is clearly leading us to what he said that this was going to lead us to. World War III. This is Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is ultimately the war of Armageddon, which is the final war before Yahushua makes his second coming. Our Lord is about to make his return. This is very exciting times. Pay attention. Do not get caught up in the hype with Babylon. Worrying about what your woman got going on, your family's Akim. This is for the Akim, the men of the Lord. Stay focused. So many spirits are trying to take us off the game right now. I'm trying to make us.
Yes, it's Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles or heathens, right? Proclaim war, right? This is a time, man, this ain't no time for, playing games, man, right? This, this ain't that time. This is, there's a time for everything. And right now, ultimately, we're in a spiritual battle, man. You heard what the brother was saying. It's a time that we're spirits are getting heavy, trying to knock you off your pivot, man. Right? Trying to get you to focus on the BS of this world and not of the world to come. Right? And not to mention there's physical wars that's also happening, right? So that this is that time, man. Spiritual and physical wars are man on a constant, man, 24/7 on a constant basis. Always it's happening, right? But we're paying attention to the signs, right? Measuring the time diligently, right? To the second coming of our Lord. These are one of the signs that he said is going to happen before he come, right? So Russia's shooting off 200 something missiles at Ukraine, the largest since the war. 2 years went by, and now he finally started to say, "Hey, look, I'm serious." You know what I'm saying? He's showing how serious he is. So that's what this is. So proclaim ye among the Gentiles or heathen, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up and beat your plowshares, right? There, that's what it is. It's plowshares, right? Into swords, right? Dealing with your agriculture, taking your money from your agriculture, crops and all the things that you would have to sustain your society. They're putting that off, right? They're putting it off because one thing they're gonna do is use hunger as a weapon, right? Not to mention they're gonna have to fight this third world war. So to beat the plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I'm strong, and that's ultimately what's happening, man. Russia for a while during the Cold War took that that financial war wound, so to speak, right? Because financial is war too, right? It's called I believe it's called a financial hitman, right? And I believe they did that to Russia's economy because of what was going on during the, I believe the mid 80s to the almost early 90s, and that time. So they took that financial collapse, and then so it basically threw off that Cold War mentality. But the Lord said that He was going to put hooks in their jaws to bring them back to that Cold War mentality, which was not that long ago, right? You're talking, was it 80s, don't know when it actually started off, but I remember seeing the videos and stuff when I was young in the 80s. They would have the videos. They have music videos speaking about it, and the dude who looked like he had um a country or something on his forehead because of his birthmark. I vaguely remember it because I was young. And I was supposed to be like the president of Russia at that time. But yeah. So things is like the brother saying, it's cooking up, heating up. So it says, yeah, turn your spears and turn your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves together, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause the mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh, man. Hey, cause them to come down and to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is the mountain of truth, right? The valley of decision, most people say, but it's really the mountain of truth. And also bring down those mighty ones, which are the angels, man. So we can get this. So we can get that. So we can take the kingdom. So the Lord can be presented fully and greatly the way He deserves, man. Because He only got partial of His glory. So the full glory is to take over this whole planet Earth, right? Under have it under Yahweh and under King David and under the 144,000. So let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. You see? For there will I set to judge all the heathen round about, man. So all you see, where's the God loves all nations and everybody can be saved? If He's calling all you nations, all you heathen, all you Gentiles to be judged, right? So where's you just have to believe in that, right?
Trying to explain, but you can tell there's demons that's been activated here, to kind of pull your spirit down. You got to force yourself, to read, you got to stay in the spirit more. So this is the devil. He going to attack from that back end, from that spiritual world. So the spiritual world's been activated. So the weapon of prayer and fasting is to be utilized at this time. Because who knew that all this was going on right over your head while you about to tuck yourself in the bed? But that's just how it's going to happen. Middle of the night, early morning, they're going to bust in your house. Your phone's going to go off, emergency alert. You're going to be popping out of bed in your drawers, your dog going crazy. You activated, you in deep sleep. Everybody going crazy, want to know. But the men of the Lord, we stay on high, the Spirit keep us on high alert all the time. And we got to thank Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah for that. I know it gets tiring. Sometimes you feel, oh man, these videos are repeating themselves. These scriptures going over the same thing. But this is going to pay off real soon. Real soon. Because it's going to be drilled into your mind what time we in. Because we are in a very serious time. Once you get relaxed, it's usually in the movie when a good guy dies. Once he puts his guard down. This is Isaiah 13 verse. Let's start from verse. Let me see. It's a little blurry here. Hold on 1 second, Salaki. Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, which is Russia, against them, which shall not regard silver nor gold. They shall not delight in it. Their bows, the missiles is the only thing that's left. The hand-to-hand combat, the smaller munition. That's why you're using these long-range missiles, because it's time to bring the big guns out. So their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. They're not going to care that it's babies over here. Young men, high schoolers, teenagers, adolescents, they don't care. Senior citizens, them bombs are coming. America going to launch their bombs, and they're going to launch their bombs right back. It says their bows or their bombs shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb. Pregnant women running around here. You think Putin and them gonna care? When they set that attack, if you ain't the Lord's elect for protection or part of the government, at least they gonna march you to the bunkers. Man, you're a sitting duck, man. You ain't gonna be able to run that. She's pregnant, or I can't walk, I'm handicapped. Look, you're all sitting ducks. And we hurrying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua this time. That I shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, which America is, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, the excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what happened. The Lord keeps comparing America to Sodom and Gomorrah for a reason, because it was burnt to ashes. The word Sodom means burning. So things are going on.
Yeah, so this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kadash, have opened his armory. See, and really ultimately the nuclear missiles which is going to get shot on America, and like he said, and strategic places and other places in the world, because America got, of course they got their nukes, so they're going to get shot off from America too. So that's what's going to make the earth roll to and fro, right? So all these nukes are pretty much the Lord's armory or army, right? Right. This is what's a arsenal, right? It's the Lord's arsenal or army. So it says, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakal Kodash have opened his arsenal armory. It's like it. I messed up the armory. It's like his arsenal armory. It's like an armory, and have brought forth his weapons, right? Which is that's you nations, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's ultimately the Lord's weapon, right? Because he taps into your mind, right? Your lob, and make you do things. The Lord is the ultimate puppet master, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is one who really truly runs this thing, man. Right? Yeah. Bring forth the weapons of his indignation, which is mean righteous anger, righteous judgment. For this is the work of Yahweh, or out of one power, most high, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, which means armies, in the land of the Chaldeans, which dealing with America, this land of witchcraft, deceit and witchcraft, right? Come against her, right? So the Lord's saying, hey, look, I'm going to have all these nations come against America, Babylon the Great, right along with Israel, from the hindermost borders, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Right? So that's ultimately was the judgment for this place that the Lord has. A judge, he puts down the gavel, tell you what your judgment is, and you have to serve out that sentence, right? Just because he said your sentence is, I guess you do a 5-year bid, right? Or 25-year bid. Just because he said 25-year bid didn't mean you served your 25. So you will actually have to serve your 25 first in order for that to be accomplished. So the Lord, now what has to happen is that judgment is went out. Now it has to be accomplished, right? Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 51, and start at 1. Thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kodash, behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. I will raise up against Babylon, see, it's the judgment, man, and against them that dwell therein, and in the midst of them that raised up against me. Ooh, hey, see, and that's the devil's mentality. They figure they're gonna raise up against the Most High through His Son. They're prepared to fight against Yahweh Shai, right? It says a destroying wind, and what's that destroying wind? That's them ICBM missiles, man. Right? Oh, don't forget the chariots too. The chariots got that high concentrated laser beam blast, man. Right? And it says and will send unto Babylon fanners that fan her, and shall empty her land for the day of trouble. Right? See, this ain't a time of playing jokes and playing games and things like that. This is a very serious time. It's a heavy time that's going on, but at the same time, it's a joyous time. As far as, hey man, we in this truth. There's a chance we might be on them ships, man, and I'm out of here, man. We're out of these foul bodies, out of these weak bodies, man. Out of this, these chains of death, man. These bodies of chains, the chains of darkness, right? As the scriptures say, you know what I mean? It says, see, the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. Yeah, see, it says, and against him that bendeth, let, and against him that bendeth, let the archers bend his bow, right? Which is talking about the ICBM missiles, man. Right? These are arrows, right? Right? Like, it's commonly understood by giving you the movie Broken Arrow with John Travolta when they stole a nuclear missile in the movie, which was a fictitious movie, but it gives you the understanding that they know that these are arrows, right? Giving you a visual by giving you some something to go by, right? Which is how you know that those are arrows, right? So bendeth the bow against him that lifted up himself in his brigadine, right? So I mean, they got their the so-called comfort, in society. They got their their iron domes, they got their laser beams and all the other things. But then when you go into the word brigadine, it's actually like a chain linked that goes under the armor of a, I guess what you call them, a knight, right? 'Cause when I looked it up before, the brigadine is like, it's like a chain link that goes under the armor, like an undershirt under the armor. So when someone goes to stab through the armor, that it may hit the chains and entangle into the chain, which is almost kind of like a bulletproof vest, in a sense, in that time, right? Because a bulletproof vest doesn't stop you from being killed, and it doesn't stop the blow, but it cushions it that you don't, you know what I mean? So basically that's what it is. It's almost like a bulletproof vest, like a brigadine, some type of safety. You feel like, oh yeah, I got this, this bulletproof vest on, or now you're invincible, or you got your, your so-called technology, and now you feel like you're invincible, right? And spare ye not her young men. See, that's what's coming. Hey, hey, man. The brother was just reading that, right? And destroy ye utterly all her hosts, which is their military armies. That's what host means, armies, right? See, yeah, see, this is like a brigadine. See, look at the brigade. It's kind of like it's pretty much like a vest almost, and it's it's supposed to go underneath. When you go out to battle, you put your armor over. You put that on, then you put your armor over it, and it's supposed to be like a little extra, protection, in battle, you know. You had different ones. That made it more like a thicker leather or something like that. Then of course you got the metal inside the thing, and they put a garment over it, so I guess they can look cool while you have your, which is basically like a vest. If you look at it, like I was saying, like a bulletproof vest. So that's Esau's mentality. I got a bulletproof vest on. I got my guns. I'm ready to go kill some niggas, man. Hey, that's their mentality, man. Right? Let's see if I can find the one with. I seen one where it had it was like a chain. I don't know. They're not showing the one I seen when I first. But it's pretty much like a bulletproof vest. But it was one I seen where it's like a bunch of almost like a chain, but it was a bunch of them. Boom, 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 like a shirt. But it's in so like the chain, so it'll hook inside one of the hooks of the chain, and so you could keep fighting. So you move. So when person go to stab you, you move. It's supposed to catch inside one of those hooks. Now they're gonna stop you from being poked necessarily, but it is gonna stop you from being fully all the way thrusted, right? So that's basically that's what I believe that's what Esau's hope is, that he don't get fully all the way thrusted through. Yeah, more like that. See that see how that link is underneath his thing right there? It's more like that. That's the first one I seen like that. See all those links underneath that right there? It was like a chain, so then when you go to it makes it a lot harder to basically kill him. Yeah, so this is Joel chapter 3 verse 2 says, I will also gather all the nations, right? And that's what ultimately what's happening right now. That whole little Russia shooting off the 200 missiles. So then Biden, for the first time, is given permission before his way out, which basically, ultimately, I'm thinking this whole thing is control opposition. See, what happens is, Trump kept saying he was going to try to do a way where he could bring the military out. I believe Barack was under the same thing, right? I believe when he became president, his thing was to say he was going to bring the military home, but they never came home. And when you go back into it, it was a 20-year war that they lost, right? Because they were saying once Biden got in, and they did pull them out finally when Biden went in, but the Taliban, it said the Taliban took over that whole region that they took over in a week. It took them 20 years to control this region, and they pulled out, and the Taliban took over that whole region in a week. And on top of that, they left all sorts of guns and ammunition and military vehicles and all sorts of things. When they pulled out of there, you're talking thousands upon millions of dollars of your taxpayers' money, and just left it over there for these people who they say are the most dangerous people in the world. When you say the T word, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Everything must stop. Oh my God, they must be the T word. You can't say the T word. Oh my God, right? But hey, you leave it over there for them. So, but I will gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead, right, which is judge, right, judgment, with them there for my people and for my heritage, Yasha'Allah, whom they have scattered amongst the nations, and parted my land. So they in that land, what you call Israel, and they parted the land, and now they're doing a lot more into that land while they bombing the hell out of those Palestinians, you know, saying that they're going to rebuild the Temple Mount, right? And all these type of things. But, with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, to the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists in the four winds, preaching the truth with sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence and a Bible ball. Kwam Yasharallah.